Hey guys, Maytag Machine Maniac here.
Yeah, what's up? It's Smurdle450 here.
And that's slightly cut out. So yes, I'm joined by I'm joined by Jerry, aka Smurdle450, and we're here to watch I'm gonna watch, Jerry's gonna listen. Already, we're 23 seconds into the video. A load of wiggly wiggly tri-pulse, aka the delicate cycle on this machine. I swear to God, if you aren't picked up very good on this mic, I'm gonna lose my crap laughing on the premiere.
It's not gonna lie, I'll just be like super muffled. It'll be great.
Well, hold on. I mean, again, the mic is at plus 20, so it's in stereo. So,
maybe I'll just be peeking the mic like crazy then.
Well, I'll just move the phone over to the driver. So anyway, before we get too suboptimal, let me explain what the cycle is. Although you can already see that I've moved the camera up. I am going to be doing a maximum fill deep water delicate cycle. Inside the machine, I have clothes.
Oh really?
Well, I'm not about to tub clean the machine on delicates.
That would be suboptimal.
It's just gonna wiggle the water around, not actually move everything. Alright, so in 3, 2, 1. I was half expecting the machine to say lid because it wasn't properly engaged.
But it did it?
No, it didn't. It click. Or sorry. Lid lock, go clunk.
Yes.
So we're now 1 minute and 55 seconds in, and we've done the sensing spin. So the detergent being used is the same one I used before, Arm & Hammer without OxyClean, and at some point I will be adding my usual Downy softener. Thud.
Because you always do.
Right, I mean these are sleeping clothes. They gotta be soft and comfy.
They gotta be, yes, indeed.
Especially when the bed I sleep on is a slab of granite stone.
Is it a mattress that's probably older than me?
Right.
Actually, it probably is older than me. Moving on.
Next. I'm just gonna let the machine fill to the max, and once it's done filling like that, I'm gonna pour the softener into the soap dispenser.
Oh, that's right, because you're,
Absolute,
I know it dispenses softener.
absolute hatred of this machine's suboptimal design.
You use my headphones and your audio quality just took a dump.
Nah. How about now? Is this any better?
It's doable.
Alright, that's good.
Doable is what we strive for.
Here at the Sub-Optimization Co-Founding Optimization Place, doable is optimal. Anything else?
That's as good as we're gonna get.
Yep, sounds about right. Yo, here. Hold on, let me take this briefly outside. Sounds about right, so I have come back with a pair of sweatpants, and
Do not load items on top of the wash plate.
we'll just spin it then.
I'm sorry, color, my bad.
Let me at least move that thing, because that helps with the best wiggling tri-pulse.
Wiggling trifles. By the way, after the points, in your washing video, that would have been Chris.
Yes.
With the kitchen more direct drive.
Yes.
You turned it behind, and you said, so
Oh yeah. I was referring to that outside part of the tub because of the KitchenAid agitator and a Kenmore washer.
Yes, and that made me laugh way too hard.
Alright, so I'm cutting off deep fill. I want to see how well the machine can do with a default sensing water level.
I don't even actually cut it off.
I'm not about to move the camera up just to point out the fact that I shut off deep fill. I think my explanation and subsequent lower water will be enough.
Yes, you did just say it aloud, so
Yes.
imagine actually being able to do that. I cannot relate.
Imagine having a good high efficiency top loader.
I can also not relate.
GE for the win.
My machine decent at best.
Yeah, GE for the win.
Well, with the exception of the new ones.
Yeah, the exception of the new ones. The GTW 680 for the win.
The 680 was nearly the perfect impeller machine.
It did have its issues, so it still does.
I said nearly perfect.
Yeah, I said it has its issues.
Yeah. Well, that actually has a recirculation pump.
Well, yeah, it comes in helpful because this is actually delicate wash agitation, unlike the 720, which alternates between decent delicate and wee fast.
Yes, I love how it goes into full speed agitation for no reason.
Yeah.
But then again, GE, suboptimal.
Quiet
Got
by
it right with the 680 and then they went messed up.
quiet by design.
Cheap by design!
Dud, dud, dud.
Yes.
Alright, we're actually going to add a bit more water here. By we, I mean me.
Yes.
I don't think you're going
I'm
to...
about to regret you, but I don't think I can reach through the screen and press buttons.
And I don't think you can teleport either, so...
Which is a bit unfortunate. Or is it?
I
You to decide.
I don't really care, as long as you don't do it at a suboptimal time.
Proceed, never mind.
We're on camera. I think this is a... You know what? Screw it, we're going halfway here. Oh,
Just add more water. This actually adds more.
you mean like this?
Oh my god.
I love how you can literally do it incrementally. I think this is about as good as we're gonna get, and because I only sleep in these clothes, with the exception of like the sweatpants, because I wear those as comfortable pants. You know. But I don't wear them outside the house, so I'm not too concerned. And no, I don't spill my food on them, so there's no staining or anything.
And you also probably don't sweat like crazy, like someone else I know.
Well, it depends. Is it summertime?
Oh, I do year round. So.
Oh, Jesus. Alright, we're attempting this. Hey, I didn't spill any softener on the dryer.
Good
Cheers.
job.
Cheers, folks.
Cheers.
That didn't go over too optimally.
I saw that and I was just like, oh, nice.
Let's get that out onto a tray. Nice. I even got some over here on the side.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's a slightly soft wash. Oh yeah, the delicate cycle does bloom. It is very slow and does it about once in an entire default cycle duration, but it does do it.
Which is impressive.
Yeah.
My 4850 spends way too much time soaking.
This only does it once for 4 minutes.
It also doesn't have a particularly gentle action, I don't think.
No, if it's anything like the Bravos I had, it's literally copy paste that quick balancing agitation just with deeper water.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I actually like how this is a unique.
Level's fixed, no sensing, no nothing. It seems like it's a fixed level.
Yeah, I do like how this machine will keep this agitation even if you max out the fill. Kunk.
That seems to do better than you would think.
Yes. Alright, time to put the softener up here. Oh, you see all this?
Oh my god. Oh yeah, it is actually blooming. I can see it.
Yeah. You hear the suspension?
A tiny bit.
Yeah, it rattles a bit.
I'll probably hear it more when the actual video comes out.
Yep.
Especially because you have it on plus 20, you said.
Yeah, and I just removed the thingy. I'm gonna put that back on. And we're doing the one thing here Whirlpool does best. Soaking.
Nothing.
Soaking, but yes. Yeah, I'm actually gonna bump that
Although
down.
the one thing that Whirlpool actually does best is wasting time, but anyway.
I mean, you're not wrong. With the exception of their commercial washers.
Those things are well programmed. I have no idea why they don't get rid of like the nearly 2-minute pauses sometimes in between doing whatever it's doing.
I guess you could equate those to soak times or whatever.
Yeah, and then they're like drain and then sit there for, yours sits for what, like 30 seconds? Mine will sit for nearly a minute.
Oh, yeah. If that, I think it's like 10-15. It just sits.
Yeah.
It basically, I think what it's doing is it's basically allowing the load to decompress because like you just had all that water, so there's like air gaps. So it's allowing the weight to fill those air gaps and the suspension to somewhat reset because it hangs. At least that's my theory.
Mine, the suspension kind of resets as it's draining, causing that thunderous sound that you hear.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, the basket comes up as the machine drains for me, but you know, the one interesting thing I found with Whirlpools, and I don't get why not all their wash plate machines do it, is the that suds kill.
Oh yeah, the sun skill.
That's honestly a good thing.
Yes, I do like the sun skill that it does.
But then again,
And it's probably more effective than the actual spray rinse because it hasn't spun them out yet.
We watching it soak now.
Even water actually hits it. Indeed.
Well, at least they're actually soaking in a water level.
Yes. I'm looking at you. You said it before me. You beat me to the punch.
Hey, yup.
But yeah, speaking of pauses, mine will do balancing, then pauses for... Sometimes it pauses for a minute, sometimes it doesn't pause at all. I don't know why. It drains partially, like 80 to 90% of the way, then pauses for a minute, then does a spray rinse, or suds kill, sorry, then drains, then pauses for another minute.
Huh.
Then turns on the pump for 30 seconds before spinning.
That sounds like one of those Frigidaire machines that would keep the pump going for like a minute after the fact.
Yes, plenty of wasted time.
I remember it was my Bravos. And I can remember the timeouts correctly. On the normal cycle, balancing began at 25 minutes, and that would go for 2 minutes. It would do a slight pause. It would drain, but it wouldn't do anything with the shifter. Like so, after it was done draining, it would sit there for 30 seconds, and then it would lock up the wash plate. And then it would do a suds kill, and that was at 21 minutes. It would do the suds kill. And then it would sit there, and then so when...
Mine seems to vary from cycle to cycle.
And no, this was pretty much how it was. Times to be different on other cycles, but... And then after it did the suds kill, it would stop, do a brief fill, and then drain out again. It would sit there for another minute, and then start spinning.
Yeah, mine adds extra delays in there. For example, instead of immediately spinning, like I said, it turns the pump on for 30 seconds before actually going, which is fun. And then there are some cycles where it's immediate.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there are other cycles where it drains or it runs the shifter while it's draining, and then others wait until the partial drain completes before running the shifter. It's completely inconsistent.
Well, why would you expect it to be consistent?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm expecting out of Whirlpool, really, but here we are.
Yup, this is why I went with GE.
Yes. And I think that you went with a pretty good machine.
Yeah, I did. Although the matching dryer does leave something, or well, not even the matching dryer, but the dryer does leave a lot to be desired for.
For
But
example, when that isn't cheap by design, TM.
although I do like the dryer, it does phenomenal. It can compete with Whirlpool machines.
Yeah, the actual dryer seems like it's solid.
Oh yeah, I mean a full mixed load. So I was doing a load of laundry that consisted of like 3 jeans, a towel, 2 bed sheets, at least 1 sweater, shirts, underwear, and socks. The washer handled it no problem on the normal cycle. The dryer was set to the mixed load cycle, which is heavy duty, and it was set to 58 minutes. It was fully dry in 58 minutes. Well, technically 55, because it did a 3-minute cooldown. No, not an extended 5 minute, just a regular 3 minute.
Oh, big difference.
Hey, apparently so.
Hey, it's nearly twice as long.
Almost. Yeah, those sweater items are blooming out. Holy cow.
Yeah, I can see that very clearly, even here.
Although, my camera's got most of the cup on cam. Apparently, this has been washing for 18 minutes.
It does not feel like it's been that long.
No. And it's got 24 left to go. Cause
I heard the suspension there.
Yup.
I'm just watching that orangish.
Yeah,
and seeing it.
The one further out, right there, that's orange. The one to its left is brown.
Yeah, I'm focusing on the orangish one, watching it very slowly inch its way to the edge.
I mean, considering we got 24 minutes, I don't think it's gonna go all the way around. I think we got 23 minutes now. I think we got like a minute or 2 left.
Oh, so it's in the dream soon.
Oh yeah. This cycle actually defaults on a deep rinse.
Which makes sense.
Yup. What I find interesting is because of the tri-pulse, sometimes instead of doing 3 pulses of agitation, it will do 1 and then end up locking because of time.
I I've seen my 4850 do that, where it like cuts off in the middle of a stroke.
Well, it doesn't.
Don't
This.
take that out of context.
Oh my god. But none of the other cycles do that. It's just this because it also doesn't. This doesn't have a balancing agitation.
Which again makes sense.
You're acting like I say that confused.
Meanwhile, my 4850 just does the exact same thing because there's no difference.
But that was by design. This wasn't designed to balance. It was designed to minimally move clothing generally.
Yes, which it definitely does that.
Yup.
Which
Although,
for a delicate cycle is not a bad thing.
right, but this is done pretty decent.
Yes, it has, and it managed to halfway bloom the load.
Oh, it only did one pulse
And
instead
there
of
was
three.
the one.
Clunk. I love that noise. Just the
The shifter.
yeah, clunk.
Yeah.
Thud.
Mine clunks loud sometimes and not loud other times.
For mine, it's that final one. Sometimes it's a thud, other times it's a loud clank.
Yeah, that's about right for me as well.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I moved because I realized again this is a stereo mic, so we might have been yapping in the right headphone. People listening to this through headphones. So we'll find out.
That would be interesting.
Oh yeah, and here's the perspective I see on my camcorder.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so this is what the viewer will see. I just tilt it to look like that, but alright, you know what, let's time it. At 5 seconds, so.
Did it fully drain out?
Yeah, so we did 10 seconds now. 15. So it's a 20-second pause.
20? That's not bad, because mine's a minute.
Yup, and here we are.
And almost immediately in the span of what, 5 seconds?
Yeah. It does a 5-second thing because water will settle down, so it wants to remove that before going off.
Yeah, which is good, unlike my vocal, which waits way too long to do that. Very nice, cheap by design, really inexpensive, by the way, I saw that.
Remember that video I sent you where it was spinning out a pillow, and the force of the pillow moving air ejected the bleach dispenser?
Yes, I do.
Good times. Yeah. I'm just waiting for it to accelerate. Here we go. Can you hear? You can just hear the tone of the motor drop, like it's downshifting almost.
Yes, you do. I totally noticed that.
I actually like that, to be honest.
It's kind of cool how you can actually hear it as it applies more power to the motor.
And it will do it again when it goes into high speed.
And then I love how the tone of the motor seems to shift as a whole once it breaks like 700.
Oh yeah. Alright.
We are like 400 some RPM.
No, that's that's like at 650. That's the same speed applied on final spin low. Don't believe me? Well, you'll see it later on. They should have renamed the cycle to Nice Freshen Up. Hey, yo.
Test.
Yep. I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, good.
And with 17 minutes remaining. What's really interesting is how the, you remember how I always complained about the Bravos holding the time?
Yeah.
This one actually does it at the initial rinse fill. Just watch that timer.
Watching that timer.
It's gonna cycle through like 3 more dispenses of the softener before it unlocks. So give it a minute. But it won't look
Oh,
like
that's what it's doing, dispensing softener.
Yeah, you see that coming on and off?
Yeah.
It looks like 3 weak waterfalls.
It should just run water through that dispenser continuously for at least an amount of time.
Well, it does. Once it shifts over into main fill, it runs constantly unless it switches over to just hot for the warm rinse.
Huh.
Like in the sanitized video, final rinse. Oh, it decided not to jump to 15.
The one time we're watching it.
Yeah. Oh, but it didn't even take a minute.
There it is.
Yeah, it didn't take a minute to go from 16 to 15.
It just wanted to fake us out.
Yes. Oh, how long will this take? Not bad.
Not bad. Probably won't actually take that long.
Well, it especially won't if I max out the spin, or just do a drain and spin after the video. Oh, you'll be the one to know. Ka-thunk, ka-thunk. Okay. The keyboard noises do like.
Yes. But yeah, I always thought the low spin on that was around the 400 range because it looks like my speed clean low spin roughly, which is 470 according to the spec sheet.
Well, it has 2 low speed stage spins. There's the initial one, which is about like 120. Sorry, it's got, yeah, and then it does stage 2, which is about 300, and then goes up to 600. And then it will take it up to 850 if you've selected max, because 850 isn't low. Unless you have a European front loader.
I just found a software, apparently that machine had a software update at some point.
Really? When was that?
This was from a machine made in 2018, and there was a software bug that would mean sometimes it just would not reach top speed.
Oh, on the 850? On the 680?
Yeah, 680.
Huh. Oh, this was a 20...
It would reach medium speed and then stop.
Well, this one does just fine. Thank God I never had to update it. I mean, I don't have I don't have General Electric light bulbs where I need to reset the firmware.
Turn off for 2 seconds. Turn on for 8 seconds.
Open and close the lid 6 times in 12 seconds.
Yes.
Oh my god, the Hydro Waves were some weird freaking machines. I mean, the agitator...
Yes, they were.
The agitator ones did fine, but they were just weird.
And were notoriously unreliable, from what I understand.
Yeah. Alright, so you are gonna be... Oh, you're just staring at the bleach dispenser as a whole as I put my phone down. There's 12 minutes left. I actually like how this machine doesn't dick around in the final spin either. I mean, it just spins. Whirlpool.
It just does the thing that it's supposed to do.
Yo, you think yours was weird. Mine did, my Bravos, it was... My god, you have to have my mic next to the speakers. But, the Bravos would basically, after it was done draining, it would do like a slight spin. Like it was going to do the suds kill, but without the water. And then it would slow down from that, come to a stop, do a short 600 for a minute and a half, come to a stop, do the final one, shut off the drain pump after 3 minutes. And the thing took 3.5 minutes to slow down.
Not gonna say it.
We?
Yes.
Oops. I knocked the camera down. 'Cause that bloody rug is
I can't
right
remember what the... I think my... Yeah. Just thinking out loud. Never mind.
Disregard as usual.
Yes. You know, the thing that irks me about my... There are things that irk me about my 4850. For example, the drain and spin cycle, which does 3 stages instead of 2 for some reason.
Huh.
Oh, and then sometimes it does 2. It can't decide. Sometimes it does 2 stages at 500, then does the 800. Other times it does the 500 and then the 800 like it's supposed to.
Right.
And I think Rinse and Spin did the 3 stages well, if I remember correctly. I think it did 500, 500, 800.
Oh hey, this one didn't do a 1 pulse before lock.
Draining.
Shifting.
Oh, yep, I heard it.
But there were rare times where I would see the Bravos. It would, you know how it would shut off the drain pump and continue spinning? Yo.
Repeat.
The Bravos would shut off the drain pump, continue spinning for 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, I remember.
There were times, I never got it on camera, but there were times where the machine would basically say, nah, we're not going to stop at 3, and the timer would jump up to 11 minutes, and it would continue fast spin with no drain pump all the way down until 3 minutes again.
Weird.
I never figured out the rhyme or reason for it, but hey, it was interesting.
Just one of those Bravos things.
Yeah, it would just jump up to 11, it wouldn't do the slowdown, it wouldn't activate the drain pump again. Alright, I'm assuming it's going to be another 20-second pause.
My machine runs the pump continuously, but I think, I couldn't hear because the spin was really loud, but I think the color cycle turned off the pump. Same with Delicate. I am pretty sure Delicate turned off the pump. Some cycles do, some cycles don't. Another just completely inconsistent thing with my 4850.
Yep.
Because 4850. see if we're going to get 8.
8-minute spin. What did you think it would be?
I'm expecting more of a, well, actually, no, probably moving around 5, considering everything.
The only cycles that deviate away is speed wash with a 6-minute default spin and sanitize with a, hold on, let me think. 14-minute default spin time. That's stage 1 lasts up until about 7 minutes remaining. Give it a moment. Okay, it's about to drop. I can just hear it.
There it goes.
So this is second stage low spin.
I'm watching the impeller to see the spin speed increase.
And here's third stage increase.
Looks like we've stopped accelerating.
Yep. If it was on high speed, it would do one more right now. Sounds like the limiter's kicked on. Yeah, look at that. If it focuses.
The impeller is nearly,
Stationary.
which would mean that it's at about,
At 60 frames a second, 600 rotations a minute, it would line up. So no, that actually puts it at about 650. Or 550. Apologies, YouTube audience. I just knocked over the camera almost. So you wanted a 5-minute spin? I'll give you one.
maybe actually cut it off.
Yep. Spin stop. That light is the most useless indicator I've ever seen. Yeah, that's like putting a caution fire hot right next to a fireplace sign.
Yes.
Or sorry, more accurately, putting the sign 10 feet into the blazing fire. Like if you've gone that far, you probably know the fire is hot. Alright, this has been Maytag Machine Maniac, and
This has been Smurdle450.
alright, and we are signing off.